Yeah, and there was a lot of talk on social media after the game. First, as you mentioned, bad loss. We should have won that football game. Second, we lose our second and third all-pro caliber players in the span of 8 days with Milano's fractured leg and Daquan Jones's torn pec. However, there are a lot of people on social media. Like my comment section was riddled with people saying the season's over. The season's over. We need to make this big splash trade or else our season is over. There was a lot of doom and gloom on Buffalo Bills social media yesterday, understandably so. But I think the our season's over. I think that talk is a little bit premature. No, you're not replacing these three dudes that we've lost over the last 8 days. They are irreplaceable. With them healthy, we had a chance to be probably the top defense in the National Football League. But without them, I still feel like maybe we can be top 15. And when you couple that with Josh Allen, with Stephon Diggs, with the pass rush, which is still somewhat intact, in my opinion, the expectations, they probably should go from Super Bowl or bust to simply, hey, let's make the playoffs and let's hope we can get hot towards the end of the season and get right at the right time and make a run in the playoffs to possibly win the Super Bowl. I think that's a fair assessment in where the mindset for Buffalo Bills fans should go. What is your take sort of on the mindset for your mindset for the Bills going forward?
I mean, I think it has to be, right? Because otherwise you're going to be miserable for the rest of the season,
Mhm.
right? And so I mean, the priorities kind of shift now, right? We dropped to 3-2. Miami gets that win yesterday against the Giants. The Bills now kind of scrapping for that midfield, right? As far
Mhm.
as like being in that mix for, a wild card team. And obviously the division is still in grasp, but right now you really got to focus on winning games any way you can if you're the Bills.
Mhm.
And like you got to make the playoffs still as well, right? So for me, I think you look at teams in the past and you think like, okay, well, there have been teams that have won Super Bowls. There are teams that have gone on runs with lesser rosters than what the Bills have, even without these key guys, and that still holds true, right? Even
Mhm.
without these key guys, the Bills still do have a really good roster. Their defense is still going to be pretty good. Like there's still a ton of good players playing on that defense. The offense still has Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, as you mentioned. So it's not all is not lost, right? I think the thing that people and it's understandably so getting hung up
Yeah.
on is like we had a chance to be possibly the best offense and the best defense in the league, and your best chance maybe at winning the Super Bowl
Mhm.
odds wise in a year where you had those two things. That doesn't mean you can't win it now, but it just means the odds maybe aren't as good, and you're going to have to, like you said, get hot at the right time, be in the right place, right time, that type of thing. Where as before, you felt like it was the teams had to knock off the Bills to get, to get past them. Whereas now maybe the Bills have to be the team that knocks off someone else. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, RJ Melville comes in with this comment. He says, technically the season isn't over, but the division probably is out of play and the Super Bowl is a pipe dream now. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl a couple years ago without their starting quarterback, who everyone thought was an MVP candidate in Carson Wentz. Now, obviously, Carson Wentz's career fell off a cliff after that. But I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles literally won a Super Bowl a couple years ago with Nick Foles, right? So teams can get hot, teams can go on runs, and the Buffalo Bills certainly has an offense that's capable of carrying a football team when they're firing on all cylinders. They just got to be able to do that consistently. And then when it comes to the division, like again, my mindset from here on out is get whatever we need to do to get to the playoffs. Let's do it. And then once we get to the playoffs, let's see if we can get on a run. Let's see if we can get hot. Let's see what happens. But I still do think the AFC East is in play. Are we the favorites anymore? No, I don't think so. But does Miami probably have the better roster with us missing all of these key players? Yeah, they probably do. But here's the thing, the Buffalo Bills just suffered 3 key injuries in the matter of 8 days, and the way players are dropping like flies in the NFL right now, you see Devin Achane, excuse me, going down for Miami. We don't know the severity of that injury yet. Miami's 2 or 3 injuries away from just as quickly being in the same boat as us, right?
Mhm.
And then it's a dead heat for the division again because I don't think the Jets are really going to make a play with the way that offense is literally inept in the passing game. And the New England Patriots aren't even really a National Football League team anymore. So it's a 2-horse race for the AFC East. It certainly looks better right now for Miami, but those things can change over the course of 1 week with the way guys have been dropping like flies in the National Football League. RJ Melville comes in and says the Eagles are also lucky. The Bills are the polar opposite of that. Hey, luck's a part of it. I'm not going to lie. Luck is a part of it. So we'll see if the Bills can maybe change their luck come January and February this year.